17-year-old Christopher Hill of Oklahoma City was a diligent student. He had a reputation for helping his neighbors and was a law-abiding citizen. All that changed on September 3rd, 2008, when he became a killer, according to a July 20th, 2009 Virginian Pilot article. His weapon of choice was not what one might expect. His weapon was a cell phone. That is what Christopher Hill held in his hand when his car crashed into Linda Doyle's small SUV, killing her instantly. Hill said he didn't even see the traffic light he drove through that day, and he was certainly too absorbed in his phone conversation to notice that the light was red. Opponents such as the American Civil Liberties Union argue that a ban on the use of cell phones while driving would be hard to enforce, and that more studies need to be done to show that an all-out cell phone ban while driving would save lives. They also argue that there are many other driving distractions that are just as dangerous. Despite these claims, cell phone use while driving must be banned in all 50 states because the most common source of driver inattention is wireless devices. Cell phone use while driving is responsible for several thousand deaths each year, and at least 6% of all car crashes are cell phone related. Wireless devices such as cell phones are the most common source of driver inattention. Research conducted in 2007 by the University of Utah now proves that using a hands-free phone while driving is just as dangerous as talking on a handheld phone. It's not that your hands aren't on the wheel, it's that your mind is not on the road, said Dr. David Strayer, a professor of psychology at the University of Utah. Carnegie Mellon University studies prove that driving while using a cell phone reduces the amount of brain activity associated with driving by 37%, as stated in a May 9, 2009 Richmond Times-Dispatch article. Drivers who talk on cell phones while driving are 4 times more likely to be in a crash and 23 times more likely to be in a crash if they are texting while driving. Research also proves that drivers who use their cell phone while driving drive as recklessly as a legally drunk driver with a .08 blood alcohol level and have the reaction time of a 70-year-old driver. Given these facts, it is obvious that legislators need to stop drivers from using cell phones while driving. According to a 2003 Harvard University study, drivers who use cell phones were responsible for approximately 2,600 deaths, 636,000 crashes, 330,000 injuries, and 12,000 serious injuries. One can only imagine how these numbers have grown in recent years. 5 states and the District of Columbia have passed laws that ban all drivers from talking or texting on handheld phones while driving. 14 states, including Virginia, have enacted laws that ban only texting while driving. However, texting while driving is a secondary offense, meaning a driver can only be charged with texting while driving after being stopped for something else. There is a $20 fine for the first offense and a $50 fine thereafter. It's just not possible for our brains to focus on the road and the call or text, says David Teeter, a senior director for the National Safety Council, in a July 22, 2009 Virginian Pilot article. Drivers tend to overestimate their abilities to multitask while driving. Too many lives are lost each year due to drivers who are preoccupied with their phone conversations behind the wheel. Cell phones are involved in more than 6% of all car crashes. Research conducted by the National Safety Council puts the yearly financial toll of cell phone-related crashes at $43 billion. A survey in the spring of 2009 illustrated that out of the 2,501 drivers surveyed, 95% of the drivers felt texting while driving was an unacceptable behavior. However, 21% of those drivers surveyed admitted to texting while driving, as stated in a July 29, 2009 International Herald Tribune article. Nationwide Insurance will soon offer discounts to parents who buy new devices that disable their teens' phones while driving. One such device is called Key to Safe Driving. The driver must take the key out of the device or push a button to release it in order to turn on the engine. A message is then sent to the driver's cell phone, which puts it in driving mode. Once the phone is in driving mode, the driver cannot send text messages or talk on the phone. During this time, the phone can only be used to call 911 and other emergency numbers pre-approved by the parents. Calls or texts received while in driving mode are automatically responded to with the message, "I am driving now, I will call you later when I arrive at the destination safely." Once the engine has been turned off, the driver can slide the key back into the device, which returns the cell phone to its normal settings. This device forces teens to stay focused on the road and not on their phones. Unfortunately, it has become obvious that common sense will not triumph when it comes to cell phone use while driving. Everyone overestimates their ability to talk and drive. Therefore, drivers will not stop chatting on their phones while driving until they are forced to by law. That is why cell phone use while driving must be banned in all 50 states. The most common source of driver inattention is wireless devices, and they are increasingly becoming a fatal distraction. Cell phone use while driving causes too many deaths and too many crashes each year. In a March 30th, 2009, USA Today article, Janet Froetscher, CEO of the National Safety Council, said, "When our friends have been drinking, we take the car keys away. It's time to take the cell phone away." Certainly the family and friends of Linda Doyle wish someone had taken away Christopher Hill's phone the day he took her life. Cell phones keep us connected to our family, friends, and jobs. However, in the hands of a driver, cell phones can become deadly. It's time to hang up and drive. Thank you.